Hello guys, good day. In this video I'll be showing you guys how to create a folder or content of a directory through the CMD or the command prompt. Okay, so if you use Windows, or you can simply say command line. If you use Windows, you can simply click on the Windows icon and search for CMD. Okay, and we have command prompt coming up here, so you click on it and we have the command prompt. So by default, if you have not renamed your Windows, you should see a user here. So I simply use it as a user. I didn't put my name or anything, but from here we can navigate to any folder in our laptop or in our desktop. Okay, so to simply do that, we use what we call CD. Okay, we use what we call CD and we can navigate to anywhere. So we simply type the next folder from the user. So if we go to our root directory, user. Okay, as is seen here in our CMD, let me simply just close one. Okay, so as is seen here in our CMD, we go to from the root directory here, we go to user to show us where we are in the command line. So this is users, and we go to user. Okay, so we are currently here and we want to go into this desktop, okay, which is simply a reflection of this desktop here. Okay, so you might be asking, why do we use the command line? Okay, command line is very useful, especially when we'll be going into GitHub or when we're going into Git. So it's very useful in pushing local directories into remote repositories. Okay, so don't worry if you don't understand all these terms. I'll be going into this. Okay, like I said, we are here and I want to go. So if you want to go into a folder forward, you simply use the CD. Okay, this is for Windows. You simply use the CD. I will simply type desktop. Okay, so I've gone into the desktop here. So within the desktop here, we have a lot of folders here, but I'm going to be showing you guys how to create. Now, if you want to go back one step backward, you simply use CD and you put double dot. You can see we have gone back to the user directory here. Okay, so let's just go back. You can simply use CD and put D, okay, and search through the name of the next directory you want to go into. Fortunately it is desktop. Okay, so in case you know the first name or the folder name is so complicated, you can simply put D and press tab. So this tab will shuffle through the next step upward or the next step downward from the user directory. Okay, here. So just not to confuse you guys, you go back here. This is user directory here, and users and user directory, and we have so many directory name as D. We have document, we have D, we have data storage, and all that. So in case you don't really know the name, it's a complex name. You put just the first letter or the first few words. In this case, I can put D, and I press tab, so it will shuffle through all the names. Okay, so in this case, I want to go to desktop. I put desktop. Okay, so that's it. So I've shown you guys how to go back here also, and we're going forward. Okay, so I've put in desktop. Now in this desktop, I want to create a folder. Okay, so to create a folder, you simply put MK and dir. This is an abbreviation or a command line for make directory. Okay, make directory. So we'll put a space and we'll give this directory a name. Okay, so I will just give something like coding, for example, as the name of the directory. Now the directory is simply the name of the folder. So if we're to minimize this and go back to our desktop, we can see a folder here has been created named what? Coding. Okay, so we go back to our command line and we also create content of the folder. Before we create the content of the folder, we also need to go into the folder. Now to go into the folder, I simply use CD. I'll put coding, or I simply put CO or C and get into coding. Now we are in coding. Now if you want to know which folder you're inside, look at the last the directory here. Directory is simply a folder, so we're into coding. Okay, so in this coding, let's say I want to create a folder named CSS. I can say mkdir css. Okay, I want to create a folder named JavaScript. I can say mkdir JavaScript. I want to create a folder named fonts. I can say mkdir fonts. I want to name a folder named assets. I can say mkdir assets. I want to create a folder named let's say images. Okay, I can say mk images. Okay, so in this case I also want to create something else. Okay, like delete. Before I go into delete, let's go into the folder right now and see. We're going to the coding folder, so we can see through the command line we've been able to create 1 2 3 4 5 all the folders here in the command line. Okay, through the command line. Okay, so take example, we want to delete a folder through the command line. Okay, we can simply use we can simply use rm dir. So take example, I want to remove images. You can say images. So this rmdir is remove. It's an abbreviation for remove directory images. So we have removed the directory. So if we were to head back to our folder now, we'll see that we'll see that the images folder has been deleted. Okay, so that's how to create and delete a folder. So how about we want to add a file? Okay, like an HTML file. Okay, so to add a HTML file, there are varieties of ways, but I'll simply use echo and a greater than sign and add index.html. Okay, so if we're to head back now, I think we should have an index.html. Okay, so this is how to create and delete and create files and delete folders and all that. Okay, through the command line interface. Okay, so we can go into the command, you can go into different folders here and do what we want. I'm only teaching this so that it's going to be very easier for us when we get into GitHub. Want to use git remote, git init, want to create git ignore and all that. Okay, so that's it for creating files and folders through the command line interface. Okay, so see you in the next video.